Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Rishabh, and in today's video we are going to take a look at how to take a simple bass line which sounds like this and make it sound like this. So let's get started. While working with something like a bass line, there's a lot of variation and texture that you can add by modulating some of the synth parameters by automating them in FL Studio. So here I have Diva, which is playing the bass, and this is what it sounds like right now. And what we are going to do here is automate the filter cutoff and make it sound something like this. So first things first, we want to select the time range over which we want to automate the parameter. So here I'm going to select the first 4 bars. Go to Diva. I'm going to just touch the filter cutoff. So we can go to Tools, Last Tweaked, and create automation clip. So now FL Studio has created an automation clip for the filter cutoff in Diva. So next I'm going to start creating some automation points here. Let's see what that sounds like. So that's pretty much the sound that I'm going for, but I don't want the cutoff to go down all the way. I want to kind of go down to 20%. So for that, what you can do is like double click on the automation clip and set the minimum amount to about there. So now every time the automation point hits like the rock bottom over here, it's still going to be at about 20% when it comes to the cutoff on Diva. I'm going to create a few more automation points. One over here maybe. So after a few minutes of tweaking the automation curve, this is what we have. And you can do the same for the next 2 bars and sort of copy the whole pattern for the next 4. There's another thing that we can do here is sort of accentuate some of the notes. So I want to do it with this note over here. We can do that by adding reverb to just this note. Go to the mixer. We have the bass coming on the channel number 4 over here. Right now I've already added a few effects. We're going to just ignore that. Probably just go and delete them. So I have a reverb set up on one of the synths over here. And what we want to do is sort of control the amount of signal going into the reverb channel at certain points. I have already set up my session, my mixer, so that all the channels are being routed to these 4 sends over here. If you don't have that, you can use any one of the channels, set up a reverb on it, and just right click and say sidechain to this track. And then we want to automate this parameter over here. We want to automate this knob. So again, we are going to select the time range and right click and create automation clip. And we want to bring in the reverb just when this note over here hits. So that's already adding a lot of variation and texture to the bass line, but I want the reverb to stop before it hits the 2nd bar. We will go back to the mixer, and what we can do is go to the reverb and add a Fruity Balance plugin. I've already added a Fruity Balance plugin while I was creating this demo project, so I'm just going to add another one. And now what we want to do is control this parameter over here, the volume. So again, I'm going to right click, create an automation clip, and go down here, take these points all the way down, sort of create a similar curve that we created here for the reverb send. Maybe extend that a little bit. So I think I'm almost 80% there when it comes to the kind of sound that I was going for, but I think this is sounding a bit dull. So what I'm going to do is go down to the mixer and do some effect processing on the bass channel strip. The first thing I want to do is bring out the highs a little bit. So I'm going to add an exciter. I have a free exciter that I use. I don't remember the name. It's called Le Petit Excite. I think I got it off vst4free.com. You can check it out over there. And we can just boost the highs a little bit. The next thing I want to do is sidechain the bass so the kick sort of stands out, and I'm just going to make it simple and use this plugin called Kickstart. And the last thing I want to do is probably add some compression. So we are going to open up the old trusty Fruity limiter, turn on the compressor, and bring up the ratio a little bit to about 5 and bring down the threshold. Now let's see how this sounds. Maybe a little less, and bring up the gain a little bit. So that's pretty much it, guys. And while I was working on this project, I already created a bit of a complex pattern, which is a little more extensive than what we did over here. And I'm going to play that for you. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you all had fun watching and you learned something. If you liked what you saw, make sure you give this video a like. That helps me reach out to more people, and also consider subscribing to the channel. And before you guys leave, I want to quickly plug in my one-on-one training sessions. I teach music production, synthesis, sound design, and mixing over video calls. You can book a session with me by getting in touch in the email that I've listed in the description. All right, bye.